We're just about there. Okay. Hey, folks, I'm sorry we're late. I'm just got the video on long enough for you to see the bar necklace. It says no socialists. I don't know if you can see that in here. It is sterling silver. It's available. I'm not sure if it's on the website yet. The other thing is we'll talk about more things that are available. We didn't know if Larry was going to be with us today. He's here, so I'm going to take the camera off and let him talk, and then I'll come back and share with you what I had planned to say if he couldn't do it. All right, Larry, you're on.
Okay. Hello, everyone. What is today?
Today is Thursday, the 28th.
Folks, you know about the meeting falling apart in Vietnam. Let me say to all of you, Trump did the right thing. North Korea has such a history of backing out of everything they do. And so the situation President Trump's in, or we are in, the world is in, if we leave North Korea with any sites that they can still keep working, keep developing, then it's all for nothing. So President Trump had to ask or had to work towards getting everything shut down simply because you can't trust them. I'm sorry that it ended up the way it did, but you got to remember, North Korea is a dark world. Kim Jong-un, basically, if y'all can imagine this, is a spoiled kid. Now, how would you like to be the President of the United States negotiating over nuclear weapons, possibility of nuclear war with a country that's known to sell its low-grade technologies with a kid, negotiating with a kid? Not to mention the fact that the way Kim Jong-un is brought up and the way he is treated in North Korea, he is a god. And as all he's ever known is this god figure. So it's impossible to negotiate any kind of regimented plan at this time. So Trump did the right thing. Walk away. Peace through strength is the only thing that will work, guys. It's the only thing. And sometimes strength means you have to walk away. Remember what even got him to the table was the fact that Trump made it clear to them he was willing to go to the mat and blow them off the planet if he had to. Finally, they learned and they listened. Hold on. It's not over. President Trump is a master negotiator, and this is part of what you have to do. Sometimes you just have to walk away if you're not going to be able to get what you want. And remember this, guys, what President Trump wants for us, what we need, what the world needs, it's a totally disarmed, nuclear North Korea. Let him do his job. On the home front, here it comes, it's starting. The Democrats will now start moving forcefully for impeachment against President Trump. As it turns out, they're not going to go in for quote-unquote collusion. But what it looks like now that they're coming at him over our finances, over financial matters. I remind you, it doesn't matter if he really did anything or not. What matters to the Democrats is to just have something to get him out. So you can get ready. We're fixing to have to go into full fighting mode because they are coming now to start their impeachment. So hold on. It's coming. Guys, I'm sorry I don't feel so hot today. Just kind of down with the weather, whatever. So I'll try to keep it short. But I just want everybody. This is a time twisted stories that Trump's in with Bush and they've made a deal, no arrest, etc. I beg you all to listen to me, please. If something like that comes out, you have to say, what is the agenda? So many of these people that have the websites that put stuff out that you think, wow, you know, everybody's going to be sent to get or everybody's going to be arrested, or you just name the stories that are out there. They're not true. They're not. Misinformation is a very dangerous weapon. And don't doubt for a second that they don't know how to use it. When I say they, I'm talking about, if you want to call it the deep state, the Democrats, yes, even countries that are enemies of ours. They know how to get on the internet and give you something juicy. And then, boy, you get all excited. And then what will happen typically is you'll tell others. Others will go. And then the other thing that happens is it doesn't materialize. And we lose people. Our credibility is on the line. Your credibility is on the line. When you put out and ask or send out a story from the internet to all your friends on Facebook and everybody else that you know, that's risky. Because we can cause people to think we're nuts. And then they will come with us. You've got to be careful. Please. Look, I work hard to be sure that what I tell you, if it's something that is going to happen, I work hard to make sure that I know where I've got the information and that it's true, so that you never find something from me that gets us in trouble with our credibility. I try hard to do that. There are people on the internet that are either a part of a disinformation program to get everybody fired up, to get people looking at something instead of looking at what they want you to be distracted by, rather than looking at what actually needs to be watched. And then there are people that it's almost as a game. You know, how many people can we get to watch our videos? You know, can we get the biggest crowd, whatever? I'm not into that. I won't do that. And I wish you would be more demanding of these different programs that you listen to and watch. Just be careful with it. Please be careful with it. Our country is at stake. And the only way we're going to save our country is for us to grow our army. And to grow our army means that we've got to go out and get others, others to come in and join with us. And if they ever get a chance to say, well, you told me this and then it didn't happen. If they get that chance, that's all they need to say, you know, I don't need to be involved in this. You see how it works? People, the natural tendency of people, that's why there's the 11th commandment, thou shalt not rationalize. The natural tendency of people is to find some excuse so they don't have to do anything. Don't give them that excuse with feeding them a story that's hot off the internet that we cannot prove, or that is from somebody that has historically, they may have hit one or two times where something they said came to pass. But most of the time it does not. Now please, use discernment. Use your brain. Take these things through. It's the only way. It's the only somebody's bogus or not is, look, if they don't use their name, if they use some truck driver handy name, that ought to be a pretty good clue right out of the chutes that something's not exactly right. You know, if you're going to go out and say this kind of stuff, why not use your name? Why not? Why do you have to use a cover name? You know, I'm pretty clean about mine. I'm pretty clear. You know who I am. I use my name. Then we got another group. There's another batch of people. And it's the Christian community. We have an entire army sitting there that could help us save our country. A huge army. But the churches, sorry about Rosie, the churches refuse to get involved. You know, when the 501c3 came to pass, all of a sudden the 501c3 churches use the excuse that they can't deal with politics from the pulpit. Well, that's just an excuse. They can, but they don't want to. They want to grow their audiences. They want to grow their membership to the church. You know, the bigger the church, the more money in the pot. And then they use the excuse oftentimes that we don't need to worry about it, that God is in control. Well, yes, God is in control. I know that. You know that. But God demands of us that we work, that we do things, that we do deeds. He doesn't want us to sit back and do nothing and watch Him handle it. That's not the way that works. I don't believe. So I don't want to hear, we don't have to worry, we don't have to do anything because God's going to do it. I believe God looks at us to see where our hearts are. And I believe God expects us to do work. I do. And He's there for us. He is there to help us. But we must do our part. It's very frustrating. It's very frustrating to hear the Christian community say, well, God's got it. We don't have to mess with it. There's no doubt God wins in the end. But God winning doesn't necessarily mean we do. You say, well, Larry, you can't say that. Oh, yes, I can. Yes, I can, because I can't imagine God looking down at this station and seeing what we're doing with abortion and the murdering of babies. When I see entire states like New York, Vermont, others passing laws, making it okay to kill babies, even after they're born, after they're out of the womb. You have to wonder, what does God think about us? What on earth is God? What does God see? And then I wonder, does He think we're even worth saving? I don't know. I mean, I can't think like God. I'm not God. His grace is incredible, and I know it. Far beyond anything I can even imagine. But at the same time, I believe that we all have to be involved and we all have to do works. So with that, I'm going to open it up to questions for a few minutes before I have to go. Mary Ellen, let me know if anybody's there. If there are any questions, I'm sorry about the abbreviated program.
Yeah, just one question, Larry. The Democrats are out of control. What can we do?
Say again.
The Democrats are out of control. What can we do?
What a question. The Democrats are out of control. What can we do? I can tell you what we do. We fight. We fight. We fight every way we can, any way we can. But the first thing we do in fighting is we get ourselves yourself ready, each of us individually ready. You've got to make the commitment. You've got to make the commitment that you're in and that you intend to be here for this battle. And it is a battle. You know, it looks like the Democrats have everybody under their spell because of the national media and how the media is involved in it, and how the media covers for them, and how the media is out to trap and destroy Trump. But we still have a voice. And if our voice and voices are used properly, at the right time, the right way, we could shut the Democrats down. Remember this about the Democrats. The Democrats are all lies. Everything that they will bring up, bring out, and do, whatever, everything about them is lies. We have to make those lies be exposed. And that's what we intend to do. And then we have to search and find any and every member of Congress that we can and get them to line up solidly behind the truth. We can do it. We're going to do it. But you have to, first off, get yourself into the game, into it. Anybody else, Maria?
Yes. Hang on, I was just answering somebody. Okay. I know some people who are afraid to stand up to government aggressively and fear the government will come after them, like trace their calls and location. We know that they're already keeping track of us. So the question is actually, where do we find good people for government?
Well, first off, to what you said at the beginning about how you're afraid your phones are monitored and they're tracking you, and if you come out, that's how they beat us without firing a shot, so to speak. That's how they beat us. If they can make us believe that if we're not careful, we'll get caught trying to be against them, then we'll shut up. Then we lose what? Our voice. And then if enough people are scared, then we lose our voices. And remember, we've only got 3 weapons. We have our voices collectively, and our vote. And they know that. So just by scaring you and making you believe that everything you do is being monitored, their intent is to get you not to do anything because of that fear. Guys, let me tell you, you're talking to a guy that's been monitored every which way from Sunday, etc. They can't stop you. You must not be afraid. They're not going to monitor each and every one of your calls. They're not. They don't work that way. So you must keep going. And you must find other people to work with us. But you value greatly your voice. And your voices collectively put a high value on that. Because those are 2 very important weapons. Just close your eyes and don't worry about it. Just go on. Send it out to your friends. Talk to your friends.
And if we have enough people making phone calls, then they're bombarded with calls coming in. So our numbers, our big numbers, will make a huge difference and give us an extra layer of protection. That you're afraid.
So you know the reason when we do scripts, you'll notice in the scripts I always put my name that way. It's always coming at me, never you. Never you. They're not going to get down to tracking each and every one of you out there. They're just not.
They are watching the Democrat Socialist Network, though, aren't they?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Well, too that's watching the Democrat Socialist Network.
Well, the naive youth that are, you know, working to help bring socialism in.
I think there's a vast network to that. There is. And I believe there's a command and control structure for that. There is. We can still meet it. We can meet it, guys. We are probably, if we can get the true conservatives, and if we can get the Christian community, if we have those two groups with us, we outnumber those trying to get, now this is for now, it won't be this way much longer, but right now, we outnumber that group probably 3 or 4 to 1. 3 or 4 to 1, we outnumber. But if our side does not get active, or if you don't vote, or if people on our side don't vote, then we lose big time.
Okay, a couple more quick things. Will there be any justice for slander and harassment suits, and will Hillary ever go to jail?
Will there be judgments for harassment, slander?
Yeah.
I believe there will. I believe there will, but only if we save our country. Right now, in the state it's in, no. Because right now, any judgments we would seek would go through state court, but then it would be appealed, sent to the federal court, and be needed. If it can be resolved at state court level, yes, we can win now. But if we have to go through the federal court system, no, we will be defeated. We will be defeated. What was the second hand of that?
All right, here's somebody threatening to go off grid and bow out because evil is taking over. We need to stand up. My answer is we need to stand up with courage and participate and hold their feet to the fire. We can beat them, but only if we make our voices heard. We can't bow out and hide.
There's no place to hide. There's no place you're going to be able to hide. You hear me? You may as well join us. You may as well fight for this country. Fight for it. Because there's no place to run. You can't go off the grid. Not today. You can't go off the grid. You can't move to another country. Because when they take us down, if they do, there will be no country in the world safe. Because if they can get us, they can get any country. You might go to some other country and it might be safe for some period of time, but it will capitulate. All of them will. And they know it. That's why America is the prize. There's no place you can go. But I want to say out loud and very distinctly, going off grid today won't help you. It will not help you. If they want you, they'll get you. And if you go off the grid, it simply fixes it where you can't participate as actively as you need to be a part of trying to save our country. You just won't be able to.
All right, our government has been infiltrated, but most don't see it. How do we get people to see the effects? And I'm going to answer that one for you, Larry. When Larry did the Clinton Chronicles, the video was shown in homes and people would get together with their neighbors and talk about what was going on. And that is one of the strategies they used to get Bill Clinton impeached, as well as all the phone calls that were made that Larry orchestrated, like we're getting ready to do on behalf of President Trump. So the answer is we talk to everybody we can and explain the truth. And when their eyes glaze over, we know we've fed them too much information and they're not a ready audience ready to listen.
That's exactly right. And be careful with that. Folks, be careful with what you tell people as you're trying to get people to join us. If you finally get somebody that responds favorably to hearing what you have to say or what we have to say, our biggest mistake we make, all of us, is, oh boy, somebody's willing to listen and they're really starting to want to get interested, and then we tell them everything we can tell them. I mean, we just overload them. Don't do that. Remember, when you got involved, remember, it's a step-by-step process. Give them a little. Make them come back for more. Give them a little. And this connects to what I'm telling you about these fake stories on the internet, on the social media stuff. That's why you have to be careful, because if you come at them with some of the fake stories that are out there on the internet, or some of the stories that are on the internet, and they turn out to be fake, then you lose that person forever. You'll never get back. Be patient and be careful. What you got?
How can socialists be elected to office if this is not a socialist country? Why can't they be deported?
They'll be elected by running as, quote unquote, a Democrat.
And people fall for the lies of all the free stuff, which is what Mao Zedong did, and all these other socialist countries. They trick people into voting for them with promises of free stuff, knowing full well that it'll bankrupt the government and therefore will never happen.
Mm-hmm. But they will win votes. They will get people's attention. Remember that there's a large number of people that are either in the category of the 20% of the population that don't care, or they're in the soft part of either the Democrat or the Republican Party. They're the soft base. And these people can be swayed by what they are hearing, and they don't spend the time mentally justifying what they're hearing. So, in other words, you and I know we can't afford reparation. You and I know we can't afford the things that they have in the new Green Deal. We know that. You and I do. Anybody that spends a little bit of time trying to analyze it will find the same thing. But you've got to watch out. The majority of the people in this country do not do that. So if the media does not attack Cortez and her new Green Deal, if they don't expose it, then guess what? There's a huge part of our society that believes it. Once again, that's where we come in. We must explain to people that it can't be, it can't happen, and that it's a trick, and that it's all lies. Rayon's exactly right when she said, like Venezuela and all the others, use Venezuela as your anecdotal rebuttal. Use it. Tell people. We think they told the people when they were converting Venezuela from a democracy to a socialist country, do you believe they told the people back then that Venezuela would look like it does today? Is that what you think they told the Venezuelan people? No, of course not. They told them the same lies that Cortez and the people with the new Green Deal were telling. That's what they thought they were buying when they switched to socialism.
Yeah. We're going to have to cut the questions off, Larry, because you need to stop. But one last one. The legislators have an oath of office, but is there anything that guarantees consequences when they break their oath, as they keep doing?
There is. It's called writ of mandamus. Now, writ of mandamus is what a citizen against an elected official. You know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's like if you were elected dog catcher or even hired to be a dog catcher in government, but you never catch dogs. Or as a citizen, you can file the written mandate, especially a lawsuit, demanding that they do their job or that they be fired. The problem we have at the federal level right now is we don't, I repeat, we don't have a federal court that we can take a case like that to. That's not already rigged against us. That's one of the things President Trump's trying to do. He's trying to get judges, federal judges, confirmed so that we can at least get some federal court or courts that would hear the case honestly. But there is an action to take. It's called a mandamus.
All right, Larry, I'm going to not ask any more of the questions. They can wait. Thank you for being here. We know it cost you a lot with how you're feeling today. Thank you for your time.
Well, let me tell you, I'm sorry, I'm kind of puny, but it's that important to me that I at least come here and show you all that we can endeavor to keep going. We can. We just have to do it. So I beg you all, get in the game, suit up, be ready, and bring as many people as you can here. People that want to learn, people that want to know.
All right, I'll take it from here, Larry. If you want to hang up, I'll turn the vid. I'll turn.
So much. Mary Ellen's got it.
Yeah, I'm going to turn the video back on, folks, and Larry's over and out. Okay. Oops, sorry, my phone just dropped. Okay. Larry, you could hear how he sounded, so he really needs some help with some financial help to. I'm distracted by the live chat. He could really use some help to pay for some treatment today. You can hear he needs it. His PayPal account is nicholslive@aol.com. A couple business items. The t-shirts that were first ordered, we ordered 20. Some of them are already in the mail. Some are going in the mail today or tomorrow. So everybody who's already ordered should have their shirt in the next few days. As soon as I get mine, I'll turn the video on and let you see it. We've ordered some basic Never Socialism bumper stickers. They should be coming in today, and we will let you know next week how to order them. And they're going to be, you know, whether it's free with a $5 donation or it costs $5, I don't know if there really is much difference except for semantics. So as far as news goes, the news this week, in my opinion, proves the need to stay informed and become an activist, which is what we're trying to do with Larry's team. One of the things Larry has taught us for years is the use of distraction. What the media is pushing usually hides more important or maybe more sinister things going on behind the scenes that they're not letting us know about. For example, you know, we had in the Senate Bill 311, the Born Alive Abortion Survivor Protection Act. 44 Democrats voted against helping the survivors live. And then immediately afterwards, they filled the news with the Cohen testimony before the Congressional Committee. And, you know, did they think that we were going to forget about that despicable vote so quickly? Did you call any of the 44 Democrats to protest? There were 3 Democrats that voted for life. The other 44 voted to let the babies die. And then I just heard that the House voted on a similar bill today. I didn't know they were voting on the issue. Did you? Here's my point. while everyone's watching Cohen, the murder of newborns is being allowed. The failure to protect life is intentional death. And with the focus on Cohen, the spotlight is off what Trump has accomplished in Vietnam. And as Larry said, a good negotiator knows when to walk away, so don't believe what the mainstream media is saying about this. Give these leaders time to work something beneficial to both. So my point is, always look for the story that they are not telling. When they push a story nonstop, there is either something more significant, like what Trump is doing, or more sinister, like hiding their vote against life. So just remember that, pay attention. We need to be involved. We need to stay aware. And when they're pushing something, look for the story they're not telling. Now, there is something you could do today. We still have an hour that we could make phone calls. Call Senator Tillis, Senator Murkowski from Alaska, and Senator Collins, Susan Collins. Tell them, please ask them not to vote against the national emergency because we want the wall. And those three Republicans have said they will stand with the Democrats to fight the national emergency. And also, if you would like, you can call the Democratic senators to express your dismay at their failure to uphold their oath of office and the 14th Amendment, which gives rights to citizens as soon as they're born. So they are violating their oath of office to uphold the Constitution and uphold the 14th Amendment when they're voting against letting these babies live after they are born. So if anyone is new here, let's see, the number for Congress, the switchboard is 202-224-3121. That is on the website, nicholslive.com, but it's also, I will put it under this video as soon as we stop. If anyone is new here, I just wanted you to know that the blog at nicholslive.com includes a free copy of Larry's book called Under Attack. It was written in 2014 for the Tea Party. I edited and updated it in 2017. And nicholslive.com has a merchandise link that you can check out the things that are available. And just to show you while we're on the phone, while we're on video here, let's see if I can get that up. Here is the ring that's for sale. It says, turn it over, Liberty. Can you see that? It says Liberty. And it says, in God we trust. I've got lighting issues here. There it is. In God we trust. On the inside, it says $quarter and United States of America. It's made from an uncirculated coin. So if you're old enough, you get a pure silver ring. You state your size and your birth year. And they are custom made and handmade. The t-shirts are coming, the bumper stickers are coming. So I guess that is it. Thank you very much for being here, and hopefully Larry can be with us tomorrow. God bless you. Bye.